Thanks for clicking on the video, and here today at Mimic, we are going to play Dungeons & Dragons, The Legend of Drizzt board game. And we're going to do the first adventure, which is a solo adventure. Now, this is a game we featured before in the past, and I showed you how to convert this box with the unpainted miniatures to a pre-painted mini. And we're going to show off the miniatures today in gameplay, so that'll be fun to do. Now, we recently finished as a family the Castle Ravenloft game, and this is the second game in the series, and this was published in 2011, and it's still in print, so you still could buy it on Amazon today. So take a look at the box here. You can see the side art is basically a close-up of the characters, and on the back, yes, it's going to be your quintessential dungeon crawler. So you got multiple tiles that you draw from. Each time you draw a tile, you got to place a new monster with associated card. And we'll go over the rules in our how to play portion in a bit. But yeah, here you can see it comes with unpainted minis, but we'll show off the pre-painted minis that we have today. So let's get this box open and take a look inside. And while I'm doing this, if you do love board games, I'm giving away a dungeon crawler board game right now, Tiny Epic Dungeons. I'll put a link down for that free giveaway down below now. And if you're watching this from the future, I'm sure we have another giveaway going on. You can check the main channel page. So yeah, we got a rule book, adventure book, and basically it's going to be the same rule set as Castle Ravenloft. Let me do a quick flip through of this rulebook. We have setup here, list of components, description of the dungeon tiles, hero card description, hero phase, exploration phase, and we'll go over this more in depth later in our how to play portion, description of the monster deck, then counter deck, the treasure deck, and how to apply your experience points. So very short rule book, and it's only 16 pages with a little clarification on the back here. So we'll set this aside. This is the adventure book. It's going to have multiple scenarios. They have multiple different types. The first one is a solo adventure. This is the one we'll show you today. And later on, I'll do an adventure with my daughter, probably adventure number 2. Some of these other adventures are competitive, I believe. Yeah, so here is a competitive adventure. This is a group adventure. And it's cool they have different scenarios. You can try and try again. Here's another competitive adventure. Oh, skip the page, apologies. Group adventure, team adventure. 13. So there are 13 adventures in this rule book. Next, we have the dungeon tiles here, and this will be more of a cavern system. You can see how it has more irregular borders for the dungeon walls. Castle Ravenloft was more of a castle structure, so it had nice clean edges. But yeah, this is going to be more cavernous, and you could actually mix these tiles and mix these monsters with other games in this series, which is a cool feat to be had. So yeah, cavern tile instead of dungeon tile. So let's get this out of the shrink, as we will need to access them to be able to play it. There we go. This is tile sheet number 1. And there are multiple tiles here. Okay, this shrinks off. So this is tile sheet 1. And I have to assume that this is probably the starting entrance. We have other tokens here for poison and for time. And we got healing surges that we will explain later. Okay, we'll set that one aside. This is tile sheet number 2. So this actually is the starting tile. Apologies. And we got a rocky layer. Here's dual length tile. Now we have some smaller cavern tiles, volcanic vent, and I'm sure these will be used in a corresponding adventure. And we got some tokens for health. Tile sheet 4. And now we got another set of tile sheets. This one's a little bit thicker. Let's get this out of the shrink. All right, so this is tile sheet 5. So some narrow passages here. Tile sheet 6, dwarven statues, got an underground river. The art on these tiles are really nice. It's gonna be great to have these with the painted minis and have a nice atmospheric adventure. Crystal shard, looks like there's a Drew glyph here. Dark chasm, secret cave. Some more regular tiles, and on the back, it just says cavern tile, of course. Some more regular tiles here. Another set of them here. And this one has our character cards. So it looks like we will play Drizzt, of course, Canterbury, Regis, and Brunar, Battlehammer. And on the flip side is their level 2 abilities and powers. Got some more characters here. Wolfgar, Arthurgrade, Jarlax, and Artemis. So 8 characters. The flip side here, there's their level 2 power-ups. And these will represent the villains. So we got a Drow, a human assassin villain. It looks like Exile can be a villain as well. So maybe he might double cross us later on in the adventure. And looks like this is going to represent the Zolthol. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. That's a shapeshifter. And looks like she will, or that creature will shapeshift into a Drow form. So that'll be cool. On the flip side of these villain cards, here is the natural form of this creature that will shapeshift. On this side, we also have Balar, a shadow dragon to fight, and a mind flayer. So these will be some cool villains to fight. Okay, let's set that tile aside. And yeah, we've got our deck of cards here. We've got treasure on top here, treasure on top. And usually treasure cards are shuffled and put in the same deck, but if you flip these around, you can see that this is the advanced deck. I'm not sure what this means yet, as I haven't played the game. I'm assuming we start with this deck, and later on, as the adventure progresses, we're gonna unlock some additional powers and open up this deck. So here are the minis. They've already been painted by Canis Lupus. Here is the big baddie, Balar. Looks really cool. I showed off all these minis in a different video, as I mentioned, and I'll put a link down below so you can check that out. So the only thing I didn't do though was show off these cards. I suppose we should open up this one. We'll save that one for later once we reach that. All right. Almost all unwrapped. Okay, so here we got a sequence of play cards, 5 of those, and let's separate this out first. Got some treasure cards here. Take a quick look at these. Got some fortunes, and they always have a little bit of flavor text. Maybe I won't read them all out just to save it as part of the adventure, but you can see some of the items here. Got a belt of storm giant strength, brooch of shielding, cat's eye headband, Cure Potion, Flask of Oil, Heavy Cloak, Mask of Disguise, Necklace of Speed, Healing Potions, Wand of Acid Arrows, and Wand of Magic Missiles. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Then we got some of the character cards here. So this is for our rogue. And when you play these characters, I believe you could pick 2 at-will powers, which would be these, and 1 daily power, and 1 utility power, which can only use once. You might be able to refresh it depending on the scenario or ability or card you pick later. So these are the cards for the rogue. Here is the card for the ranger. Drizzt, of course. Icing Death. Drizzt named this magical scimitar after the white dragon that guarded it. Attack 1 adjacent monster. If you roll 18 or higher on this die, it deals 1 additional damage. So that is a willpower that you can use again and again. And Twinkle, that's the name of his other Elven Blade. Attack 1 adjacent monster, then place your stance token on this card. You can remove your stance token from this card when an adjacent monster hits your hero. If you do, reduce the damage from that attack by 1. So that's a pretty cool ability. One of his daily powers is Lone Droll. Let's see, move your hero up to his or her speed, then get 1 attack. The other daily power is Twin Strike. Attack 1 adjacent monster, then attack another adjacent monster. So +6 modifier, do 2 damage. If you miss, you still do 1 additional damage, so that's pretty cool. Utility power, Dancing Serpent. Use this at the start of your hero phase. Place your stance token on this card. When their stance token is on this card, whenever you use an attack power, you can move your hero up to 2 squares before or after attack. So basically additional movement. I don't know if I'll use that too much. And that's it. He only has 1 utility power, it looks like. Okay, this must be Bellhammer. Oh, that's interesting. This card is actually was not shuffled or placed with that deck. So let's take a look at this utility power. Cloud of Darkness. Use when a monster within 1 tile of your hero would activate. That monster does not activate during this villain phase. So that's always helpful. Okay, now let's take a look at this fighter deck. Notched Axe. Shield, Legendary Knowledge, Lucky Hit, Power Strike. Oh, more fighter cards here. Oh, it's for, sorry, archery. Let's put that back. This is Barbarian cards. Okay, we got Fang, Rampage, Recuperating Strike, Bear Hug. That's a cool name. It is pretty powerful. +5 modifier, 4 damage, and a miss, you still do 2 damage, so that is pretty powerful. Giant Cleave, which does less minimum damage, 1, and Healing Herbs. Okay, next we have our Archer character cards. All right, so a couple of will powers: Cluster Shot, Headshot, Heart Seeker Stance, Inflating Hail Stance. And we got our monsters. So the monsters will correspond with the Miis. So I already know most of these because we had to get these miniatures painted. I'll just flash them very quickly so you can take a look. All right, so let's put those down. Now we got our encounter cards. So I sort of don't want to read these out loud because that's part of the fun of going through this adventure, see what happens. We read these flavor texts, but I'll just flash it very quickly so you guys could take a look. And we'll get this shuffled up later. All right, so those are all the cards for the beginning deck. All right, now to get this game all set up and get playing. Welcome to our how to play portion, and we're gonna play adventure number 1. This is known as Exile, and we got our hero Drizzt here, and here is the mini that has been painted up and looking very cool. And the story is he is cast out of his home city, and Drizzt must escape from the Underdark or fall to the wrath of Loth and her minions, which is the spider goddess. So he is going to start here on the starting tile, and we have his cards all set up. In fact, it says what cards you need to use. You need to use Icing Death, Twinkle, 1 daily power, and 2 utility power. So these cards are all laid out. And for this adventure, you're going to start with just 1 healing surge. So if he gets knocked out down to 0 hit points, if you could use a healing surge, get 4 health points back. So it's sort of a lifeline. This is the stance token that is used for some of these cards, and this is a new mechanic for this game, and other characters have some stance abilities as well. So we have our player A card with sequence of play. We're going to do the hero phase, exploration phase, then villain phase, and we'll see how this all goes. And to start off basically with the hero phase, I could either move and attack and move, or I could move twice. So once again, these are the same rules with Castle Ravenloft. So I'm going to put this card here. So one thing I didn't do yet is start off with 1 treasure card. So I'm going to pick that now. And if it is a fortune card, we'll pass on it, but it is an item. And we're going to start with a wand and magic missiles. And this simple ebony wand casts the most basic spell in a typical wizard's arsenal. Use instead of attacking, choose 1 monster within 3 tiles of your hero. That monster takes 1 damage, so that's a unavoidable damage, so that's going to be helpful. And it's 1 use only, I suppose. So let's set the card here, or let's set the card here. Okay. So we're ready to play. We do have our dungeon tiles all shuffled up, and the 8th tile down will be a special tile, and that is the exit that Drizzt is looking for. So basically I'm going to get started, and Drizzt here has a speed of 7, so he can move in 7 different directions, even diagonally. So we want to reach an edge here. So if I don't go to an edge, I will have to draw an encounter card. So I don't want that to happen. So this forces the player to keep on exploring. So let's just head down here. And of course, there's nothing to attack, and I don't really need to move twice. So we're going to just end our turn right there and draw a tile. So this would be the exploration phase. We pick a tile, and we have Dark Chasm. So I have to line up this tile with the arrow towards the unexplored edge that he is heading towards, so it will go like this. Now, the color white means I am safe. I do not have to pick an encounter card. If the color was black, I do have to draw an encounter card. However, even though there's no encounter card, there is a group of mushrooms, and there will always be a monster drawn for a new tile. And so we will do that right now. And looks like we start with a Drider. So it's a tough monster to start off with, and it's worth 4 experience points. So let me find that miniature. Here is the miniature for the Drider. Looking very cool. And he's gonna go on this pile of mushrooms right here. So the monster is revealed. I cannot attack because I just already ended my hero phase and we're in the exploration phase. So now we are heading towards the villain phase, and basically the monster is going to attack. We don't have to do an encounter card. So I'm going to look at the monster card itself and follow its tactics. And we're gonna match the situation that is appropriate to this playfield. So this Strider is within 2 tiles of the hero, so it's gonna move adjacent to the closest hero and attack that hero with a sword. After attack, pass this card on to the player to your right, but basically it's solo, so we don't need to do that passing. So it's gonna move right next to me and attack with a sword with a +8 modifier. So we're gonna roll the die, and we have 10 plus 8, that's 18. My armor class is 16. It has to meet or exceed it, and it does. So I sustain 2 damage, unfortunately. So I might, in the future, if there's a Cloud of Darkness or these other cards here, but we're just starting the game out full strength, so I'm going to save these just in case, but this is a strong monster, so I have to lose these 2 hit points. We'll set that off to the side. Now it is my turn again. So I am going to attack. I should defeat this monster because I don't want it to chase me around the rest of the field. And I am going to use Twinkle. So I attack one adjacent monster, and then use a stance token that could mitigate some of the damage that this monster might do. So we'll do first the attack, which is a +6 modifier. And I do get an 18, so that is definitely a hit. It does only 1 damage. So this monster has 3 hits, so it gets 1 hit. And I actually, because it's curved, it's supposed to be on the miniature there at the base. But you could put it on the card. But anyways, it has 1 hit. I could move now, and I might want to do so to explore an edge. However, that might cause another monster to come. If I don't explore edge, I have to do an encounter card, which can be hard as well. Well, he is a tough monster, so I'm just going to stay put and draw an encounter card. So we got an event happening, volcanic eruption. A forceful blast of hot air sears your flesh. Each hero on a volcanic event takes 2 damage. I am not on a volcanic tile, so that is good. So nothing happens to me. So that's got lucky there. So we'll set this card off this side. And now it is time for the villain phase. And so this monster is already adjacent to me. It's going to attack with sword again with +8. But before I do that, let's see. I could use this Cloud of Darkness so it will not activate during the villain phase. And I'm gonna maybe save that for later just in case I'm out of stance. But I have a stance right now, so let's just go for it. He is gonna attack. Let's see if I get a lucky roll. Oh no, he does a devastating 20 +8. Of course he hits me, does 2 points of damage. However, I am in stance, so I mitigate 1 damage point, so I only lose 1 health. All right, it's my turn again, and I am gonna attack. I wish I had an ability to attack 2, which would be Iceling Death. If I roll 18 or higher on this dice, I can deal additional point of damage. So I'm gonna try to go for this. So it's a +6 modifier, and it is a 16. It is a hit because his armor class is 16. But unfortunately, I do not roll 18 or higher, so I only do 1 point of damage. So now it has another hit point loss there. And then now it is going to attack. Unfortunately, I'm not in stance, so I'm going to use this utility power. I'm not going to have this monster activate at all. Okay, so I still have to draw a counter card though, because I did not explore. And we got a curse, unfortunately. Mark of Loath. The Spire Queen desires nothing but your death. Your hero is cursed. Place this card on your hero as a reminder. Each hero with at least 1 curse, including yours, takes 1 damage when this card is played. So unfortunately, I still get 1 damage. So that is not good. I'm going to put this on my card as a reminder here. I'm going to have to get rid of that card. I lose 1 health, so this health point of 5 will be swapped for 4. Okay, let's see. At the end of your hero phase, your hero can take 1 damage to discard this card. So we'll see what I do with that in a bit. Okay, so that unfortunately was it. The monster will not attack because I used this utility, so I'm going to flip it over. And now it is my turn again, and I'm going to attack. I'm going to use Twinkle just in case. I only need to get 1 more hit, and I want that stance ability just in case. So I got a 15 plus 6. I definitely hit him, and it will sustain 1 damage. So this monster is now knocked out. Thank goodness for that. We'll put this miniature aside, and now this will be used for experience points. Now, experience points, if you get 5 of them, you could use to trade them in to cancel any encounter card you draw. The other use is to use 5 experience points to level up. Now, to level up, you have to roll a natural 20 to do so, or you might get lucky with a treasure card or a special encounter card to level up. So anyways, we're going to save this as an experience point, and we'll sort of tuck it in on the side here as a reminder. Okay, so I attack. Now I can explore. I can move 7. So let's just head over to this side now. We're going to draw a tile here, and we get lucky. It is a white arrow. I do not have to draw an encounter card, but once again, I do have to pick a monster. So this monster card is a special event. Do not place a monster. However, the looming shape ahead turns out to be nothing but a cave formation. Discard after play. So I got really lucky. No monster at all. So we'll put this in the discard pile there. And no villain or monster to activate. So it's now my turn again. And we are going to move. So we're going to move here and explore down this direction. So we'll draw a tile. And we've got our first volcanic event. I have to put this arrow towards the direction I came from. And unfortunately, it does have a black arrow. That means I have to draw an encounter card. And it's another curse. So, let's see. It's, you know, I forgot to mention that I was going to institute a house rule that if I draw the same cards, I'm going to swap it out for a different card because it is a new deck and it may not be shuffled thoroughly. I hopefully don't consider that cheating, but it was a rule we're going to institute here. Whether it's a treasure card or a counter card, monster card, yeah, we just want to keep it a little bit fresh here. So hopefully it's not the same thing. And it's another mark of death. So see how this was not shuffled up completely. Let me just put this mark a little bit somewhere else in the counter deck. Let's pick another one here. That's another mark. Okay, so we're going to use this card, okay? So apologies for that. Let's shuffle this up a little bit more. Okay, so let's use this event. It's an attack of dire Corby flock. Now, I'm not sure what a Corby is. I'll have to look at it later. Your presence disturbs a nest of vicious bird folk. Attack each hero on your hero's tile, and they have a +9 modifier. And they do +2 damage and minimum 1 damage. So 3 times 9. Oh, I got lucky. It misses. All right, so that's good. We're going to discard this encounter card. I forgot to place a monster here, going down here. So let's do that. And we got our Droll Duelist. So let me find that associated miniature. Here is our Drow duelist, looking very serious. And he goes on the mushroom right here, and he is right adjacent to my hero already. So we're gonna follow the tactics. If the Drow duelist is within 1 tile of the hero, it moves adjacent and it attacks twice with a pair of slashing blades. Each attack can be used against any hero adjacent to duelist. So he's gonna attack twice, oh my gosh. So it's also a +9 modifier. So here's its first attack, 18. It definitely hits me. Get 1 point of damage. And it gets a 20, another point of damage. Not looking so good for Drizzt right now. However, one thing I forgot to do was place this stance token on this card, and if I do get hit by an adjacent monster, I reduce that damage by 1, so I can negate one of those damage hits, so I lose just 1 health. All right, so now it is my turn to act, and of course I am gonna attack. He has an armor class of 16 and just 1 health point. I am gonna use Twinkle again. So it is great to have this for damage mitigation. I don't need to do 2 points of damage. So let's use Twinkle. And I get an 18, thank goodness. So I definitely hit, and I get to be in stance again. And this monster is defeated, and now convert to experience points. Now, one thing I forgot to do, and I apologize for some of these errors. I'm just playing this to refresh my memory from the Castle Ravenloft before we do larger campaign missions with my daughter and rest of groups and friends. But every time you defeat a monster, you get to draw 1 treasure card. Now, if you happen to defeat 2 or more monsters, you still just draw 1 treasure card. So I need to draw a treasure card for that first Drider, and now the monster I just defeated. So let's get 2 of them. The first one is a wand of acid arrows, and the next treasure is going to be a spider mask. So this enchanted mask allows the wearer to pass through any web used when your hero is immobilized. Okay, so that's going to be helpful. So we'll put this here for now. Okay, so this miniature is placed off this side, and I can move. So let's head off in this direction. We draw a dungeon tile here. We got another volcanic vent, and it has to be placed in this arrow. So I'm going to shift the board here, and the black arrow means I have to draw an encounter card, and it's another curse. So we'll use this one because we had that other event with bird folk. So I have to place another curse here, and each here with these curse. So I have to take another point of damage from that. That's not too helpful, unfortunately. We still have to draw for the monster as well. And we got a water elemental this time. So let me find that miniature. And here is our water elemental, looking very cool. Hopefully it doesn't knock me out. He's going to start on the pile of mushrooms, and he's going to activate according to the tactics. So if the water elemental is within 1 unit, it will move to the closest hero and attack that hero on that tile with a surging wave. This is going to go up here and use wave, which is a +8 and does 1 damage. It gets 11 + 8. It's gonna beat my AC of 16. However, I'm still safe. I got my stance available, so we'll put the stance here, and I mitigate that 1 point of damage. And lucky me. So I am gonna now attack, and this monster has 2 hit points. So I'm gonna use Ranger ability of Icing Death. See if I could get lucky and do 2 points damage. And you know what? Maybe I should use Twinkle and a wand here. So instead of attacking, it could do 1 point of damage, but it needs 2 health. Oh, here. Let's do this one. Wand of Acid Arrows. This emerald tip wand fires bolts that dissolve skin and bone. Now, this War Elemental doesn't have either, but yeah, it still counts, right? So if I get a hit, I will do 2 points of damage. So let's go for this instead of attacking. And I get a 15 plus 5, that's 20, beats the AC of 12. And I do 2 points of damage, and I defeat that monster. So this treasure has been very helpful. This Water Elemental now becomes experience points, and I get a new treasure. So I get an item, I got a charm. This carved piece of bone from Knucklewood Trout grants its owner good luck, and I could use it to reroll. So that is very powerful and helpful. So we'll place it there. We'll place this miniature off to the side. And now after my attack, I can move. So let's explore more. Let's go here and go in that direction. And it is another black arrow, unfortunately. So we're going to draw an encounter card here. Event lost. What you thought was a shortcut takes you in the wrong direction. Without looking at it, take the bottom tile from the dungeon tile stack and place it on the top. So this unfortunately adds another tile to exploration, and yes, that's gonna cause another monster to pop up here. All right, so we're gonna take one from the bottom and place it on the top here. All right, so now that exit we're looking for is 1 tile behind, so that is gonna make me lose time, unfortunately. But at least no monster there. I still have to draw a monster for this tile though. And we got our Goblin Cutter. So let me find that miniature. Now this is a pretty cool miniature, very well painted. Oh, hopefully you can see the details here. Once again, I have a separate video showing these miniatures closer up. So we're gonna place this Goblin Cutter on the mushroom stack there. It's gonna activate, it's gonna move adjacent to me and attack with a crude dagger. So it's gonna go right here and attack with a +7 modifier. 7 plus 7 is 14, it misses. So that's good for me. That's my turn, and I'm gonna attack this guy. And just in case, I'm gonna do Twinkle here. So before I forget, let me put the stance card here and add 6 to the die roll. And I do get lucky and I hit him and he is defeated. So we are gonna draw a treasure. And I get another charm, but once again, per that house rule, this deck might not have been shuffled too well. We're gonna draw a different treasure card, and it's a potion of healing. So I'm gonna use this immediately and gain 2 hit points. All right, so let's get 2 health points back, and we get rid of this Goblin Cutter mini. I'm gonna move, and let's go to this edge, and we have to pull this tile that we drew from the bottom of the stack, and it's a black arrow tile. Okay, so let's draw an encounter. Event from the shadows, darkness controls an ambush. All right, so choose the hero with the fewest remaining hit points, which will be me. Place a new monster on that hero's tile. Okay, so I have to draw a new monster tile for that encounter. It's going to be a Goblin Champion here. So, minor villain. Let's find that miniature. Here is the Goblin Champion holding a deadly axe. Okay, he is going to show up on my tile, so I'm going to assume he's just coming from this side. And I still have to draw a monster up there. And it's a hypnotic spirit. So that I have close at hand. Here is the mini for that. And and we will place that on the Martian. So let's start with this Goblin Cutter. If it's not adjacent, it's going to move adjacent to me. So it'll go here and attack with the axe. Now, I do have my stance. I do have a deadly power, so I might use that to attack both of these. All right, so it misses. So thank goodness for that. It still does 1 damage minimum, unfortunately. This hypnotic spirit's now can activate, and it is going to move to the well, I'm already within 1 tile, so it's going to stay there and howl at me. So it's not going to move, it's just going to howl at me with a +6 modifier, and it does hit for 1 more point of damage. So I'm in big trouble. So it's my turn. I might have to use this daily power. Attack 1 adjacent monster, then attack another adjacent monster. So unfortunately, they are not, if I go here, it won't be both adjacent to me, unfortunately. So let me try to go here, and that will force this creature to come adjacent to me just in case I need that to happen. So I'm gonna move here and attack this one. This has 1 hit point of damage. And yeah, let me use my stance ability, I suppose. 1, it's a miss. Okay, so that was a fail. You know what? Let's re-roll. So I'm gonna discard this treasure card. I'm gonna re-roll. Oh, it's still a fail. Let's see. Well, I already attacked, so I can't use my wand and magic missiles. I should have done that instead. Okay, so because I did not explore, I had to draw an encounter card. Let's see what happens here. And it is an attack, and this is going to be a bad attack. It is a +11 modifier, and I get poisoned. I can't afford that. I'll get knocked out. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to trade in 5 experience points to negate this card. So let's see, I got a 4 here and a 1, and we'll trade in these instead. Okay. All right, so now these monsters will activate. They go in order of cards drawn. So this one's going to go adjacent to me and attack with its +8, and it hits. It does 2 points of damage, unfortunately. Oh man, I was hoping it would miss, but if it does 2 points of damage, it's going to knock me out. I don't have any other way to mitigate that damage. So I'm going to basically negate 1 point of that damage, but I still get another point, and now I'm down to 0 health. So he gets knocked out, he passes out basically, and what happens is I don't lose my experience points, I don't lose my magic items. I have to activate this healing surge, and in most adventures you get 2 of these to share with the whole group of heroes, but in this solo adventure you only get 1. So you can see here on the token, you use a healing surge token to revive a hero that has been reduced down to 0 hit points, and basically we are going to get the surge value here of 4 health. So here we go. I'm going to put 4 health, and we're going to remove these curses. Okay, so that's okay. So we'll move on. Hopefully with his second wind, he is going to escape this Underdark region. So he's going to pop up there. I don't get to refresh this. This is still kept down. Now, now they're both adjacent to me. I'm definitely going to use this Twin Strike. So the first one I want to attack is the Hypnotic Spirit. And that's 13 plus 6 exceeds the armor class of 14, and it does 2 points of damage there. And so this one is knocked out. And then we'll do the second attack against the Goblin Champion. Oh no, +6. It is 13. I do not hit, unfortunately. But a miss still does 1 point of damage. So this one is knocked out. This gets 1 hit point of damage. Okay, so that is considered my attack. And now it is the monster's turn to attack. And it gets a 7 + 8, 15. And thank goodness it misses. I still get 1 point of damage. I'm not in stance, so I'm going to lose 1 HP. All right, it's my turn again. And let's see. Let's attack him. And we are going to use Twinkle to get in stance again. Oh no, it is a miss, a 3. And I miss. I'm not gonna move. Or should I? Let's see. So I'm running out of space. Let's try to go this way. I don't want to draw another counter card if I can avoid it. Oh no, I have to do a counter card as well. So that might be the wrong play. I have to turn this stage card over. Let's draw and counter here. It is acid spray. A crack in the ceiling spews acid over your skin. Okay, so attacks with +6. It misses, thank goodness. I still get 1 point of damage though from this event, but at least there is no monster. I still have to draw a monster though for this tile. And it's a Hanam Spirit. Now, if I had drawn a Goblin Champion, the rules specifically state you have to draw a different card. So this keeps encounters different, I suppose. And if another player happened to have the same card I drew, it is allowed to have multiples that way. So we're gonna have to do another Hymnot Spirit. We already have the mini out, and there it is. All right, so now the villains will activate. We're gonna have to have the Goblin Cutter go first. He is gonna swing and attack with +8. Oh, he does hit and does 2 points of damage. I negate one of them with my stance, so I get 1 hit. And big trouble now. This Hymnot Spirit is going to howl at me with a +6. And this is a 12. It does miss, thank goodness. All right, now it's my turn. And let's see. Let's maybe move away from that Hypnotic Spirit. It's 1 thing, 1 tile. I can move 7. So let's try escape. Let's try something daring. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're gonna go here, get really far away from him so he can't attack me. And then I'm gonna use this Wand of Magic Missiles to automatically do 1 damage. So that will be enough to defeat this cutter. And then we will discard him, keep him as experience point, and get a treasure. We get lucky, we get a potion of healing, and we get 2 hit points. We're gonna use that immediately. Discard this card. And I am gonna have to draw a new card here. And I do get lucky again. It is a white arrow, so no encounter card, but I do have to draw a monster card. It cannot be a spirit. And it is a hunting drake, our first one. So let me find that associated mini. And here we go. Looking very cool. This raptor kind of looking creature. It's gonna go right here. And according to the tactics, if it is within one tile, it move adjacent to me and attack with a rendering bite. So it's gonna go right next to me and attack with +8. And it misses. So thank goodness for that. Okay, so this spirit will activate though too. It will have to move. So it moves 2 tiles, so it moves really fast. So here's 1 tile, here's a 2nd tile. So it's gonna come towards me here. I guess it'll just move up close, I suppose. Let's see, it is adjacent to me, but I don't have a special ability anymore. So let's see. I might be able to get around him and avoid him again. So I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna move here and then attack him. And we're gonna use Twinkle. So let's get this stance ready to block a hit and attack with +6. 6 + 8 is 14. And the Drake has 14. You have to equal or exceed it. And I do hit him. He has only 1 hit point, so he is definitely knocked out. We discard that card and save it as experience. We get a new treasure. We get a necklace of speed this time. So that might be helpful for me to keep on running away from that spirit. We put away this miniature. Unfortunately, I am not at the edge. So I will have to draw an encounter card. And we have another volcanic spray. So each hero within 1 tile of a volcanic spray takes 1 damage. So I am within 1 tile. So this spews out and I get hit with some of the lava. So I'm gonna lose 1 hit point from that. That is unfortunate. All right. Okay, so this monster is gonna move too. And now it could come towards me, but it does not attack. It is my turn now, and I should attack him, of course. It just needs 1 hit point, so we're gonna use Twinkle. I don't need to do additional damage. We'll just keep that stance. So 7 + 6 is, oh no, it misses. I don't have anything to re-roll there. Now, if it attacks, I will negate that damage. But I do want to keep on exploring if I can. So let me just head towards down this direction. So let's move this dungeon up a little bit, head down. And it is a black arrow. So I have to draw a counter card here. Another volcanic spray. But once again, if I draw the same card, because of a bad shuffle, we're gonna put that away. Get another one instead. Another volcanic one. Oh, actually, that's different. Sorry, volcanic spray, and this is volcanic eruption. This is even worse. Each hero on a volcanic thing takes 2 points of damage. So I'm not actually on that tile, thank God. Because if I was 2 points of damage, I'd be knocked out. So good thing this was different and I get no damage from that. I do have to draw a new monster here. And we get a hunting drake again. So we have that mini. We're gonna put it right here. So this spirit will attack first. It's gonna stand there and scream at me with a +6, and that would be 16. It does hit me. My stance goes away, blocking that damage. Now this drake will come up to me though, and has a +8. Oh, 1, I got lucky, it does miss. All right, so now I have to plan this carefully. I don't have anything to do automatic damage. Um, da, 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 da. So I do want to use this to get in stance. So I will attack this Drake with my Twinkle, and I get 8 plus 6, 14, and I do meet it. So this one is now knocked out. I'm going to draw a treasure card here, and we get a Mask of Disguise. Used when a monster is not on the hero tile activates. So that may be helpful for me to run away from that guy. We'll try that out. So we'll discard this, and then I need to move. And you know what? I have so many experience points that I could negate and encounter card. So, and I have a Necklace of Speed. I can move 7. Let's see if I could maybe head off and explore this dungeon in a different direction and get away from this guy. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that would be +2. And I could head all the way up here. So let's do that. And I don't even have to negate and counter card. I'm just gonna go off in that direction, head really far off. So I'm gonna put this dungeon tile stack off to the side. Or maybe I can put it down here for now. I use this Necklace of Speed, so we'll get that away. So he's gonna jam up here and explore that edge of the tile. And we get our underground river here. So this is white, so no encounter, but also this leads to the exit. This is the tile we were looking for that was placed 8 tiles down. And this is a special rule that once we draw this tile, we're gonna place this card, and you can see it has the surface exit, as well as this more dangerous narrow passage. So heroes and monsters on this tile have -4 AC respectively. So I gotta attach this here, and because this is off camera, I'm gonna remove this section of the dungeon, as we're not gonna go back to the entrance. We're gonna head to the exit here. So let's put this hypnotic tile here, or hypnotic monster card here, and I have to draw not a monster for here, but one for here and one for here. So let's do that. For the closer one here, it is going to be a spider swarm. So here is the mini for spider swarm. Pretty cool looking. So that will be guarding the exit there, and another monster for here, and another spider swarm. So we can't use that. We have to put it back. And oh, we get a stalagmite event. So we get lucky. Do not place a monster. So we are super, super lucky to draw this card. And so no monster there. So these are all white tiles, so no encounter card. Now it is time to activate the monsters we do have. We have to start with this one first, and it moves 2 tiles closer to me. So 1 tile, 2 tiles. And then the spider swarm, let's see, it moves 1 tile towards the closest enemy. It's gonna move towards here. So it's my turn now. And yeah, let's head towards the exit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I'm gonna attack this spider swarm. I do want to use my Twinkle just in case. So let me get my stance ready. Where is my 20-sided dice? +6. So I get a 17. And this was a 12, and it gets -4. So this was really easy to defeat. And it has only 1 health. So this guy's knocked out. He adds to my experience point collection. I do get a treasure card. I get a flask of oil here. So that's pretty neat. Take away this miniature. And that is going to be the end of my hero phase. So I have to draw an encounter card because I did not explore an additional tile, and I need to start my hero turn in this space to enter the victory condition. So let's draw an encounter card, but I'm going to negate it. I have so many experience points cards here that yeah, whatever I get, I'm just gonna discard it, trade in 5 experience points for that, and negate that. All right, but this monster will still activate. It moves 2, so 1 tile, 2nd tile, but yeah, I can't attack. It's my turn. I am gonna head away from him, get on the stairs here. Now, so to escape to the surface, your hero must end your hero phase on any of the 4 middle square tiles on the far end of the surface. So yeah, I ended my turn there. So I escaped. The monster will not be able to chase me. And I guess there was some flavor text I forgot to read here for you guys. When you reveal the Underdark river tile, read, the sound of running water is a welcome respite from the silence of caves. After days of traveling through the dark, you see the soft glow of sunlight ahead. Only a few monsters stand between you and freedom. So we have escaped. Drizzt lives another day. Okay, so that has been our gameplay of Legend of Drizzt. Adventure number 1, Exile, and Drizzt made it safely. So thank you for watching, everyone. Hopefully you had fun, and we'll definitely do other gameplay of the other adventures in the near future. So if you like what you saw, hopefully think about summing up. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great day. Keep on adventuring out there.